Meet the chefs, at least two of them, of My Verona in Cedar Falls. Today, preparing a Northern Italian specialty, and actually a little surprise, too. We have sous chef Jordan Barkow and pastry chef Jason Hayes are both here. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
How's everything going at My Verona, a new restaurant on the Parkade in Cedar Falls, and enjoying yourselves?
Yes, we're doing very well. Business has been great. We've been doing a lot of interesting Italian things and trying to bring a whole new flavor to the Cedar
Which is
Valley.
nice because it's not just another Italian restaurant. We all have our favorite Italian restaurant. This really features a region of Italy where the food is quite different in northern Italy, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, the great thing about northern Italian food is it can incorporate some French cuisine, and it can also incorporate food from other places. So
Well,
it's really
awesome.
good.
Well, let's get to, you're going to make us a dessert, and then we're going to talk about some shrimp and tomato water, which I'm interested in learning about.
Yeah, what
So
I've prepared today is tomato water. Basically what it is it's a substitute for cocktail sauce for your summertime and spring shrimp cocktail
Really? And
parties.
this is a monster blender right here.
It's a nice large blender. So what I have here is just some vine ripened tomatoes, and we just, you know, make a quick cut on those, throw them in the blender.
This is awesome. So it's different. Is it just juicing, pulverizing a tomato pretty much?
Yeah, basically we're just getting a little blend of the tomatoes. Nothing too crazy, just enough to get some of the liquids out. And then what I have here is a bain marie with a wet cheesecloth
Which is
in there.
a water bath.
Yes, which is a water bath. So I have the wet cheesecloth. It's important to have the cheesecloth wet so that it doesn't soak up any of the tomato juices. I have 1 clove of garlic. I put that in there, and then I pour my tomatoes in there. And just as easy as that, you let it sit overnight, and once it drains all out, you'll have a beautiful little water right here.
Look at that, isn't that beautiful?
And you can use it with shrimp cocktails. You can put it in your Bloody Marys. Anything you'd like to do with it. It has a great incorporation.
That is new and exciting. This still is very impressive, this blender, I gotta tell you. I'm gonna try this in a second. And then, of course, at the end of the evening comes a fabulous dessert. And this is kind of custard-based, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
kind of a way.
custard-based, yes.
Okay, what do we do?
Pretty much what you have is you have 12 eggs. You put that in the bowl.
Now, tell us the name of this, because this has a certain
It's
name.
Zabaione.
Zabaione.
Z-A-B-A-G-L-I-O-N.
And it's called by different things in different, like in France, they have a similar.
They have Sabayon, which is spelled with an S.
Right. Okay.
So.
All right. Zabaione. Ask for it by name of My Verona, right?
Yes. So you have your eggs, then you have about a cup of sugar with a little pinch of salt I like to try.
Okay.
And then you use either like a Moscato or a Marsala, which is a sweet wine.
Sure.
Add that in there.
For our purposes, we're using a Moscato, which is an Italian wine.
And that's also sparkling.
Yes. And so it gives it a really light flavor. It kind of gives it a nice tang to incorporate when you're putting it on top of berries. Now, traditionally, Zabaione is served with figs, but today we're going to serve it with some fresh berries, some pistachios, and as well as figs.
Beautiful. So it's colorful. And how long does this take usually? About 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, from beginning about 5-10 minutes, about that, from beginning to start.
So you let that set, you have to cool and let that thicken up, right? Just like
you can let it, at the very end, you can serve it right away, or you can let it sit just for a little bit, let it cool, and that will thicken up because of the egg yolks.
So you just pour that into, you have one right there, actually. About 30 seconds. A little martini glass. It's important because presentation is everything, and you want to see it.
Yes.
And then you just put the sort of fruit. You have some figs in there as well.
Figs, pistachios, strawberries, raspberries.
A fresh mint leaf?
Yes.
Wow, well, if you haven't been to My Verona, for sure, be sure to check it out. It's on Main Street in the 400 block of Cedar Falls, actually in the old Dutch's Paint store, which is amazing that this has turned into just such a fabulous restaurant. And we appreciate you both, Jordan and Jason, coming in today, and we'll get to My Verona just as fast as our feet can take us.
Wonderful. We'll be glad to see you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. These delicious items. And we'll be right back.